Hi guys, this is Lachette from Scarlet Moon Creations back again. Hi, with a update for the One Book July 2017. This is my first week update. I did my setup explanation of my system video last week. And let's hope that this video doesn't take as long to upload as that one did. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. So I'm gonna get started. This video should be shorter because I don't have to explain as much, just go over what I've done in the last week. So again, I'm doing One Book July, which was created by Romany's Realm, Carrie Harling, and Miss Vicky B. And I'm doing version 3, Go Big or Go Home. And yeah, so let's get started. So the main portion of my planning and journaling has been happening in here, in my traveler's notebook that I use the bullet journal system in. So like I said in my last video, one of my inserts in here is my Leuchtturm 1917. So let's just go to July. I didn't explain this before, but I have these two tabs here. They're I forget what brand, but a fairly cheap but fairly well-known brand for planning stuff. This is my July cover page. What I like to do is just write the month, and then at the end of the month I go and like doodle a bunch of memories on it. Yeah, just I'll give you a quick example for May here, very quick, since I didn't show that. So yeah, June, sorry, this is my June cover page. I just doodle in a bunch of different colors and the important things that happened during the month for me. So this will be filled up later on. For now, it just says July. This is my July monthly. As far as the bullet journal goes, sorry for the shadow from my tripod here, but I think you guys can see pretty well if there we go. So yeah, I pretty much, this is what the tab is for, to take me to my monthly page. I pretty much just follow the basic bullet journal system here with my monthly list of days. And then this is my task list, which is actually a project list. I use 4 categories for my tasks: business, Scarlet Moon Creations, personal, business, Excelsior events. Yes, I have another business. If you follow my blog, you do know that. And spiritual. Thinking about adding another category called home, because as you can see, my personal got filled up really quickly today. I have like plenty more space. But yeah, so this is my monthly. I'm sorry if you can't see or read everything. It's just the colors I chose for this month were yellow and orange. And unfortunately, yellow is not always that easy to read. That's okay. I think it looks nice, and that's what's important to me. I wrote this in afterwards with a ballpoint pen here. My goals: 5 tasks a day minimum, 1 personal, 1 home, 1 for Scarlet Moon Creations, 1 for Excelsior events, 1 for spiritual or finding work. I actually quit my job last month, and it is a huge relief. Even though my 2 businesses are not enough for me to go full-time just with them, but I can find another job if necessary, even part-time work. This is my habit tracker, and again, sorry you can't really read these, but I'm used to what it says here. And I can get closer if it helps a bit. There. Actually not doing so bad on this. Thanks to my daily tracker, which reminds me to fill in my habit tracker every day. So this is up till yesterday. I fill it out every night. I made a mistake here, but it's all good. So as far as these things go, I'm doing okay. Doing pretty good. Actually, before I move on to the next page, I want to go back because I did not show this in the beginning. Didn't show a lot in the beginning. Now I'm thinking about it. Here's my yearly overview. It's just a page from Scattered Squirrel, and I printed it out and just like glued it in here, and not very well. But for me it works. And then I have my annual objectives, which I put together from Lisa Jacobs' Your Best Year. And so there's objectives: financial, spiritual, mental, physical, relational, and then like my top 3 like absolute things to do. And yeah, okay, so this is my annual strategy page, which I update as necessary. I guess you can call it my content calendar, of sorts, or a, I don't know. I just call it my annual strategy. This is for all of 2017. I need to make a new one that's from July to June 2018, actually, because I need to get started on that stuff. But I have it color-coded so that I can tell the difference between Excelsior events, important stuff, that's the things in the bright red. The kind of aqua color or teal is Excelsior event stuff. The orange is kind of just like holidays and important personal things. Like I see, I have concerts I was going to then, so it's like I don't want anything to get in the way of that. The black is just, you know, that was work stuff. I added recently this brown, so for the zodiac signs, because I have a product line for zodiac signs, and it's important for me to know when to like push to promote those. And yeah, I added the gray a couple of days ago because to put full moons on here again. I have a product line related to that, so it's important to have that here. And yeah, so I'm thinking about adjusting this to make it also somewhat of an editorial calendar, because this is helpful. Like, this helps me decide what blog posts I want to write about, if they're date specific. And as you can see, I left myself plenty of space, so I can add more things on here. And some of the other people I've seen doing One Book July in their editorial calendars for their blogs and stuff, and YouTube videos, gave me that idea. So you might see that change in my week 2 update video. So I have this. This is for the year. This is annual. Then I have this, which is my content calendar. As I said before, my monthly is just like this list of days. I put birthdays, important events, appointments, launch days on here. And that's great. But I also need a calendar view of the month. Like, so say like this I always like when I'm skipping it. This annual strategy is kind of like zoomed out. This month is kind of a zoom in of July, of what's going on July. And as you can see, I kept my color scheme going, and I have a it's color coded. I have my key here on the side. I've been using this key for about 2 years now. It's a rainbow colored. I love color coding because as much as I read, there's a lot of information to take in, and I like being able to have my eye trained to notice certain colors and know like I have something coming up, even though maybe I don't know exactly what it is. There's a lot of times this calendar gets really full because I have 2 businesses and, you know, lots of some personal stuff as well. But I have 2 businesses. I like to put campaigns on here when new products are coming out, new blog posts, holidays. Let me tell you, November, December, these things get chock full. So color coding helps. And for 2 years, these color code, I've been using Stabilo pens. I have this large set now, but I've been using, I started out with like the minis, they're like half the size of these. And actually I still have ink in the minis, but it's just easier to write with these. So yeah, color coding. I have lots of promotions coming up. I spilled a little water the other day near this, so I usually have these little post-it notes in here for projecting blog posts and other stuff when I want to do them, though that might change. And yeah, so I spilled and it got all messy. I had others here too, but they're all just illegible now. I also put days of the year. I use daysoftheyear.com, and you know, I promote my business on social media, but sometimes, you know, you get those days and it's just like, what should I post? So I use daysoftheyear.com. I go over it every month and I just go through and look for the days that would be relevant for my business so that I can do you know, Instagram post or a Facebook post or something along those lines about that day. Yesterday was actually Scud Day, which I'd never heard of before. It's, oh god, I don't even remember what SCUD stands for, but it's basically sit back, relax, you know, let go of the drama in your life, avoid the drama in your life for the day, and enjoy the comedy, which I absolutely love, because for Scarlet Moon Creations, one of the basic tenets, the foundations of my business is to take care of yourself, self-care, and that fits right in. So I did a little post about that. Also, yesterday, which is not here because I didn't know somehow, yesterday was International Tarot Day, not to be confused or mixed up with World Tarot Day, which is on May 25th. So yeah, I did a little extra tarot work because I have something very important coming out soon this month regarding tarot at Scarlet Moon Creations. So let me continue because this is turning into a whole thing. So yeah, July content calendar is looking good. This was not filled in the last when I did my setup video, so that's why I'm showing it now with emphasis. So yeah, you may be a little bit confused because it says Monday, July 3rd. That's because I like to keep my weeks together, and so since July 1st and 2nd were a Saturday and a Sunday, I kept them with the rest of the week of June here. So, yeah, these were already done when I filmed my last video. Actually, no, Saturday I filmed one book July, so Sunday wasn't done yet, but that's where that is if you were wondering. Okay, so yeah, still kind of keeping my color-coded system, or no, not color-coded, my theme, my color theme for July. So it's the yellow and orange. Monday, July 3rd, I have my time bar on my dailies again. I had attempted, because I wasn't doing them. I was not doing them. So here's May. No, I think it was April. Something. At some point, I just stopped doing them on a daily basis. And that was not... Yeah, see, I was trying, but not successfully filling them out, and they were messy. They were taking up a lot of space, and so I just wanted more space. So I created this time bar thing, which I shared on my Scarlet Moon Creations Instagram page. It's really popular. It's a little tedious to put together because you got to repeat all the numbers constantly. But yeah, so this is my June time bar list. Nothing at all. So it's like part of my one book July kind of challenge is to use the time bar every day. Or actually, it's to use the system I set up every day. That's what it's there for. I know it works, but sometimes I get lazy, or sometimes I just forget, and that's why the time bar is back on my dailies. So I'm not 100% happy, so I might go to the list again. So yeah, bullet journal system, as you can see here, is every day you put a bullet and your tasks for the day. And I have a key here. It's new. Actually, I had an old one, but it was small. I kept adding to it, so it's like, let me just make a new one. This is not cut properly because my lack of hand-eye coordination apparently extends to cutting with scissors. So yeah, here's my key. A task is just a bullet. Task done is a crossed out bullet. Partially done, I just put one line through it. Migrating a task, meaning like moving it to the next day, I just put an arrow facing right through the bullet. If I added it to my monthly or my future log, like I look at this and I go, I don't need to do this right now. I don't need to do this for a while. So I put the arrow to the left through the bullet. For notes, I have this little dash. For events, I have a little circle, event or a holiday. And I'll get back to this in just a second. So, as you can see, I have like HB magazines partially done. A lot of this was migrated on Monday, but I did cook dinner. And then July 4th came and nothing happened, even though I told myself to get my shit together. And I didn't really use my time bar. Alright, Wednesday the 5th, I was like, this is happening. Like, things are gonna get done. Because I made a plan, and the plan was to do things. Sorry about that. I have a touch-sensitive light over there. So yeah, Wednesday the 5th, I just grabbed a ballpoint pen to write my date, and a highlighter, a Sharpie highlighter, my time bar, which I didn't finish, but that's sleep time. That's why that's empty if it is. I kind of break up my business days, meaning when I'm doing work for either of my businesses, I've come up with a system that marks each day as a specific day to focus on a particular part of the business. And I'll show you that in the next video because I don't think I'll have anything in here. I'm so used to doing that I don't have anything in here. Scarlet Moon Creations is 5 years old now, so yeah. But Mixing and Making Day, so that's like an event. I mailed out my simple signature. I did exercise. Bought a bunch of stuff. I made my new key tip-in and got some stuff out of storage. There's even a little note on here. I think I misspelled something, so I put the white out. And then, of course, I forgot to go back once it was dry. Of course. So here is this here, and here, and here. And you'll see that more is what I'll call my daily tracker. I think I got the idea from Greenish Planning on Instagram, and hers looks different, but the premise is basically the same. I need a tracker to look at my trackers and my lists to remind myself to look at them every day because I have a habit of not. As you could see from the time bar from June that I didn't do and the habit tracker from June that I barely used. So this one is mostly filled out. To get an idea of what each box means, I came up with this little coded system, and it's on my key. So M is to look at monthly, so that's to look at my monthly page. And then TL is for my task list. FL, future log, fitness tracker, my weekly, which I did not make. You didn't miss that. I didn't make this week, and I'll go over that in a second. My Google Calendar, because sometimes I put stuff on my calendar but not in my bullet journal, or vice versa, and I forget to look at one or the other. And yeah, my time bar, habit tracker, which we saw, my content calendar, to do my daily oracle card. Actually, it doesn't matter whether it's oracle or a tarot card, but yeah, it's just to pull a daily card. I'd like to do challenges, which I talked about in my setup video. I'll get to that later, but yeah, to do my challenges, my quarterly progress log, to check out my collections page 22, and my project list. So that's what all of these boxes on my daily thing are, and they have been so helpful. Some of them I don't need to look at every day, like my fitness tracker. I do not exercise every single day, it's every other day, so sometimes it's empty, sometimes it's not, and sometimes I accidentally fill it in because I'm an idiot, but whatever. The next thing is my time bar. So my time bar, let me see if I can. My time bar used to be more complex when I also had a day job. So yeah, this was when I was doing, this is March. This is when I was doing the time bar daily, and it was a double time bar. So the top was my plan for the day, and the bottom was what I actually did. As you can see, just from this small selection of days, I wasn't filling it out properly all the time. But that aside, yeah, it was more complex then because I had, to fit my business stuff around work. But right now I don't, so a lot of things fall into the personal category, but that's okay. And yeah, this is my color coding system for the time bar. I don't really color code except there and on my content calendar, and that's on the side here, so that doesn't need a separate thing on my key. So that's that. So after Wednesday, I started getting things done. I need to move forward some stuff. I kind of took some time and decided, you know, I have a bunch of things coming up and I really need to like focus on them. So this week was about body powders and sachet powders. So a little plug here, but I have a new line coming out of body powders and sachet powders starting tomorrow, Monday, July 10th. So you can check out my Instagram, which is in the description box below if you want to know more about that. I've been focusing on getting that done. I completely forgot to draw in the time bar on Friday, so that's why that happened. Here's yesterday. So what happened Friday night is my brother and his fiance moved in, which is fine, but and it's temporary, but they're now sleeping in my office room basically, and which means that I'm not used to that, and I did a lot on Saturday, but I forgot to plan the night before, Saturday night for Friday night for Saturday. So what I wound up doing Saturday morning, excuse the shakiness, sorry, I had to do this because they were in the room asleep and I couldn't very well go in and like wake them up just to get my bullet journal. So yeah, I just put this together on the fly, my to-do list. Part of that was my content calendar details, so for social media. So yeah, for the weekend, actually, I put that together for the weekend, what I'm gonna post. So this morning, last night I went and put all this in, and then I did Sundays. So yeah, not too bad for my first week as far as my planning and my bullet journal. I'm actually really proud of myself for getting the most important stuff done, and then checking it off. So that's as far as planning goes, but you guys know I have more stuff. Okay, so I don't think I made any changes in there, but alright, my readings inserts. Like I mentioned before, I'm doing a tarot challenge, and it's called TWA July 2017, and I'm using this tarot deck, the Thoth tarot deck, and it's known as one of the most difficult decks to understand. So I'm trying to work with it, even though I've had this deck for a while. I haven't used it very often, definitely not for a challenge. But yeah, so the challenge is on Instagram. It's run by the Whimsical Arcane. They put out monthly challenges. Ooh, why this got so far away? They put out monthly challenges, and the challenge part for me is the fact that they do one-word prompts, and yeah, it's more difficult for me than questions or scenarios. So anyway, this is like the challenge cover page. I usually put the prompts for each day here, and then the card that I pulled. And then after this page, because this will be filled up, starts the journaling part of the challenge, which is basically me taking notes of the card I pulled, like the name, and what I believe the card means, and then how I believe the card relates to the prompt intuitively. So none of this is like set in stone. It's, you know, my intuitive beliefs. So yeah, I'm all ready up to today. I'm all good with that. So I have been using this insert daily. The other thing I did special last night is Lego Board posted this spread, the big L word. It's a love spread reading. A spread, for those not into tarot or oracle readings, is basically how you lay out the cards in a format. So this is the spread. It's literally a big L. So I did that and I posted that on Instagram, and I have been posting these on Instagram and will continue to do so this month. So that part of my one book July, in this one book, I've been doing what I needed to do. Next, actually, I have other challenges that I'm doing this month, and I just remembered one, which the prompt for today is actually still in here. I'm doing One System July, which is kind of similar to One Book July and and the Planwithme challenge. And basically, you show different parts of your planner. And I have been doing that, but today's prompt was how have I settled into my layouts and my system. And I just wanted to point out, I wrote a little note here, though I didn't put the signifier, which is bad, Lachette. I'm very happy with how things are going, except for two things. One, I want to move back into just the time bar, the list of time bars on one page, instead of having them in my dailies. Also, the weeklies, I was gonna do a weekly, but then I didn't because I kind of forgot why I wanted to do it. Or not forgot, but I realized that the weekly layouts that I see have stuff that I don't really need. And I've thought of some things that I would like to do, like have weekly spread for my content. So I've been toying around with how to add that in, and hopefully that'll go here when I do my weekly tonight. So yeah, that's everything. Oh no, actually no, it's not. My herbal Book of Shadows book thing. I don't know what to call this, guys. Just like bear with me on the naming part. What I did in here today, not as much stuff as I wanted to do in here this month or this week, but the full moon was in Capricorn, or is in Capricorn, in the Eastern time zone. So for me, the moon was 100% full at like 12:06 a.m. And so last night I did this kind of art journal slash ritual intention, magical intention page here for the full moon in Capricorn. And now that is everything here in my traveler's notebook. If I could fit more, I would, believe me, but I can't. So I'm gonna put this to the side and move on to the next stuff. So again, challenges. I mentioned in my setup that I was doing the Rock Your Handwriting challenge. Fix that. And I'm doing it here. And this is just a gridded pad paper, Clairefontaine, which is a really smooth paper. And it works really, really awesomely with fountain pen ink. It writes super smooth. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I've been doing for the Rock Your Handwriting challenge. This is a little upside down here, so bear with me. Try not to once again knock over my tripod. So this is my drills. I gotta do this to get my hand ready to write. So you'll see more of those. But yeah, so oh yeah, One System July, what I hope to achieve in July. my summer bucket list. I think I had accidentally skipped a page and then went back. More drills. So I think I mentioned, yeah, I did. The red ink was from last month, and I used it on the first day of this month, so July 1st. That was the last of it. Since then, I've been using a newer ink, Noodler's 41 Brown, and so all the brown pages are that. I actually just ran out of that in this pen today. This is, again, one of the pens I'm using for One Book Challenge, the Planwithme All-Star pen. So since I ran out of the Noodler's 41 Brown, I'm going to switch colors again. So next week will be a different color. This red is the original Lamy red ink. So drills, lowercase drills, uppercase drills, more just like loops and stuff, regular drills. And today I will, my supplies, top 3 headlines, and then tonight I will do my drills, days of the week. So that's how I've been doing in this book for the Rock Your Handwriting Challenge. And put that aside. Lastly, finally, the end. This is the journal book that I wrote thoughts on the cover. I've been using it pretty much for Boha Berry's journaling challenge growth for this month. So yeah, I've been doing creative journaling, so it's not just me like writing, but which is new, but also me like kind of decorating the pages a bit, making it more interesting, using different types of font. So yeah, also new for me. And this is a page that I gessoed and then put the gelatos on. This I used the Stabilo green pen and stamped. This I just use whenever you see black. It's the Faber-Castell Pip pen, which is also a pen I'm using a lot. So yeah, I use that. Some of the specialty papers I have glued and stapled on there. Some more gelatos, and this is with the Noodler's 41 Brown ink. Both these pages, and it works so well over watercolor, which is part of the reason I got it. It's waterproof. Isn't that awesome? More Noodler's Brown and gelatos here for today and tomorrow's prompts. So yeah, that's everything, guys. For the only other thing I want to show you, this is the paintbrush I use to help paint with the gelatos. I started also using these Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners in my bullet journal here, and the Sharpies for the headers, just to keep my color scheme going. And I'll keep doing that. I haven't decided what ink I'm going to put in here now that I've literally ran out this morning. We shall see. So yeah, things are going pretty well. I'm very happy with how things are going, how big I'm going for One Book July. I'll see you guys next week. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe so you can get that notification when the new videos come out. Thank you. Bye.